Hello everyone! We are with Katrina Galeos.
Jose Jalandoni.
Joaquin Evangelista.
Francis Reyes.
I'm from Muntinlupa in the Philippines, and I'm studying international relations first year.
In the Philippines, I was raised in Cebu. I'm in second year international relations with a specialization in geopolitics and diplomacy.
I'm a first year student studying audiovisual communications and script writing and screen studies, and I'm from Negros Occidental, Philippines.
I study global journalism in first year, and I am from Manila, Philippines.
Perfect. So first question is, what made you choose to study in Pamplona?
Me, personally, I've always wanted to study in Spain. I studied a little bit of Spanish in high school, and I fell in love with it. But then I found this university that offered a foundation program where it would give me a chance to learn Spanish before I actually put myself into that situation. I moved here, I had an A2 in Spanish because I learned it in high school, and I finished the year with a B2, and in my degree, I have classes that are fully in Spanish. I have a class that's a radio class where I have to speak on the radio in Spanish. And so I truly, truly owe everything that I know in Spanish to my foundation program.
My parents will always tell me, try anything once. So given that the opportunity of going to Pamplona came to me, and my parents were like, oh, why don't you try it? It's just a year. So I stayed here for a year, studying the language, studying the culture, and I found out that I liked it. And that's what made me stay, is meeting so many people, the experience from last year, and it was all amazing.
Well, I studied Spanish in high school for 2 years. I fell in love with the language, and so I just searched up top unis in Spain, and Universidad of Navarra was on there.
The people, the atmosphere. It's also a change of pace from the Philippines. It's a very international background, so I was also very happy to meet new people.
For the next question, what do you enjoy most about living in Pamplona?
I love meeting lots of people all around the world. I think UNAV is an international hub where you get to see people from all over the world.
Honestly, the peace and quiet, at least for me, my studies are really important. So being in a place where you can concretely say that you can't be distracted. It's in the north, it's a very central location. So if I wanted to, I could go for a day to France and then come back because it's just so close.
I love the size. I love being able to walk to uni in 15 minutes or less. I love being able to walk to the center in 15 minutes or less. Everything is very walkable in Pamplona. And, it's a very clean city. It's very easy to navigate, and I feel very safe here.
So for the next question, as a Filipino, have you experienced homesickness? And if so, how did you cope with it?
Honestly, yes. For the first week, I was feeling really homesick. Honestly, it was just making new friends, talking to my parents, just finding ways to cope. But it was really making new friends. That was the most important thing.
Had tons of homesickness. I would see posts from my parents and my sister and say like, oh, it looks so fun. They're enjoying their Filipino food. You see pictures of home and you get to miss it. How I dealt with homesickness is that I would get on video calls with my parents, just a little update here and there, and just doing like basic things like laundry or drying clothes or cooking, and you get to call your parents at like whatever time of the day.
I experienced it more during my foundation program, 100%. But guys, there's a lot of Filipinos here. There's a lot of Filipinos here, and that helped my homesickness a lot because if I just stick with them for a little bit, then I feel like I'm immediately at home, you know? But also, the longer I spend here, when I'm back in Manila, sometimes I'm also like, oh, I miss Pamplona. And then at one point, Pamplona became my second home. So I grew up moving around a lot as a kid, so I don't often experience homesickness. But when I did, it was 6 months into living here. I always bring an emergency stash of pancit canton every time I go to the Philippines and out. So I ate that, and then I called my parents because at the end of the day, home is where the heart is.
Great. So this video is for future UNAV students coming from the Philippines. With that, what short advice would you give them?
Learn your home recipes, learn to cook. That is very essential.
Honestly, you're gonna be with a lot of Filipinos, you're gonna make friends. But the university is a very international place. I have friends in so many different countries, and it's really opened my eye.
We do have a great Filipino community here. I also want to recommend, though, to take advantage of the internationalness of this university. We have a lot of people from Latino America,
We have a lot of people from Eastern Europe, from the Balkans, as well as Spanish people around Europe in general, around Africa, around Asia. We just have a lot of people from all walks of life and all sorts of backgrounds.
I would say, okay, one of the things that I say a lot here is that my favorite thing about being an international student is wherever I decide to travel one day, I will have a place to stay. So the advice I would give you is to make a lot of international friends.
Great. Tenemos la última pregunta. Y la pregunta es, ¿tienes alguna palabra o frase en español que sea tu favorita?
Podré decir dos.
Sí.
Bueno, la primera es o sea. Yo siempre digo o sea. It's like my favorite filler word. If I don't know what to say, I'm just like o sea, no sé, o sea. El otro es sana sana culita de rana. It's like a little spell that children hear when they have a little wound or something, and it's just like a magical spell that you'll be healed, and I find it absolutely adorable. I say to myself sometimes, you know, I'm like, sana sana culita de rana, everything's gonna be okay. Yeah.
Es muy coloquial, pero me gusta mucho la palabra chulo o chula, describiendo cosas como chulo, porque es una palabra muy fácil para recordar.
Mi favorita palabra es brutal. Ejemplo, oh, brutal tío, o oh, es muy brutal tío.
Una frase en español que es mi favorita es a caballo regalado no le mires el diente. Se significa que cuando tengas una oportunidad, coge.
Bueno, muchísimas gracias,
Sí,
José.
gracias a ti.
Thank you so much, Joaquin. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much, Frances,
course,
for your
thank you.
time. Adios.
Adiós.
Bye.
Hasta luego.
Adios. Bye.
Ciao.